Now, train services started in Nigeria at about 1901 in Lagos, Nigeria's former capital city. Abuja, Nigeria's current capital city, did not experience train services until July this year when President Muhammadu Buhari launched the Abuja Kaduna rail operations. Now, I'm at the city center of Abuja and I intend to take this trip to Kaduna via the new train service. But for me to do that, I need to get to Idu. As you can see beside me, the construction work of the Abuja light rail system is ongoing. And until this is completed, residents of the city that intend to go to Kaduna via the train will have to take a bus, a taxi, or whatever means to get to Idu, which is quite some distance. So let's take this trip to Idu and then to Kaduna. And I'll be showing you what it means to experience the recently launched Abuja Kaduna rail services. Come along. On approaching Idu, we were lucky to run into arriving passengers from Kaduna who immediately gave us an expo of what their train experience is like. Okay, how was the train ride from Kaduna?
Seriously, it was fantastic.
Okay, is this your first time?
This is my first time.
Okay, tell me describe it for me, please.
It's nice, good and comfortable, seriously, and affordable.
Makes me feel proud that we're doing stuff that other nations have been doing for long, that we're catching up now.
I'm actually shocked. This is my first time. We're like, let's take a ride down to see how it is. And I'm happy what the government is doing. I really pray they improve on this and make it better. But it was really a nice ride.
We saw passengers purchasing their tickets, with some not providing any means of identity as demanded by a notice pasted in the glass panel before the sales personnel. A third-class ticket goes for 400 naira, second-class ticket 600 naira, while a first-class ticket is 900 naira. However, those who acquired tickets had to undergo thorough security screening to make it to the departure hall. At this point, we had to depart to Kubwa station to see what the situation is like there. In Kubwa, we noticed a similar routine with many passengers waiting for the train.
The impression is very high and people are highly patronizing the train, and so also we don't have any much complaint from the passengers, but what we are seeking from the government to do is that they should help and add a coaches so that a number of the passengers we do have can accommodate the passenger from the coaches.
A few minutes later, the train arrives and the typical impatient mentality of some Nigerians was at play. We finally boarded, and for the first time my Nigerian train experience officially kicked off. On board, there was a bit of push and shove as those with luggages tried to find spaces for them. Passengers settled in quickly, and off to Kaduna we went. The coach was not only clean but fully air-conditioned and largely comfortable. Both the young and the old appeared excited and relaxed, with some falling asleep immediately. We got to work, engaging the passengers. Before July, what was your means of going to Kaduna?
Road, by road. I use road, I use my personal car.
So why did you now switch to the train now that it's been introduced?
Yeah, so long as you want to rest and relax at least. And for another thing, again, sightseeing is good. And more so, the train is comfortable. Then what is it? It's okay. And it is also timely.
And I was a bit late because I have a meeting to hold in Kaduna. And I was told there's a train that takes from Abuja to Kaduna. And it's very, very comfortable. So I said, okay, let me give it a trial. And I came in, I saw it. It's very, very comfortable, affordable. And I think the security is quite okay. Everything in it is okay.
In between the stations at Jere, Kakao and Regina, the train stopped to drop and pick up passengers. We noticed a rush for some snacks at the stops by passengers who told us that the absence of catering services on the train is a big minus to their experience.
And the only thing is just the snacks they are not selling. And because some people will just be hasty come and meet up the time. Why will not eat at home? Like my kids now, they feel like taking snacks when others are taking. Daddy gave me this, daddy gave me that. Unfortunately, we can't get that. No. But for the trip, very perfect. But it at least needs to come at least something to keep us busy, kind of other music in the train or the film. Look at everybody just look quiet as if we are carrying a cough.
Many on board also savored the beautiful scenery of the countryside from the train and took pictures, while others engaged in chatting various games and other entertainment. Finally, we are at Rigasa in Kaduna State, where we arrived here at about 5 p.m. This train will be returning to Abuja shortly.
Shanta, tell the driver to move out from line 2. The signal is set.
Hey, driver, I can now move on.
We were given rare access to the Rigasa station, control room, and the train driver's booth. Should there be any error here, what will happen?
That is accident. That is why this very office is very sensitive. Because immediately there is any error, any single mistake here, it will just lead to the derailment of that trip to get off track. And if it is in section, that could be another very dangerous something.
Thank you. Now you can destroy.
How is it like? Is it like driving a car? Is it like flying a plane? What is it like?
No, it's different from driving a car. The uniqueness is that, train is a permanent track. You don't need to negotiate or anything. It goes on its own according to how the line is being set. So unlike motor that when you see someone you branch and all those stuff, this is just a straight line, a permanent track.
Can you now sleep off while the train is running?
No, you can't sleep.
Why not? Since it's one way.
But when you are driving, we have what we call routes. That before you can drive in a section of your line, you need to learn that line.
As we commence our trip back to Abuja, it was time to hear from the Kaduna-Abuja passengers.
The station is already in Rigasa, but it would have been better that we are having the station to be in the town so that we can easily access our destination. And if you're having the e-tickets, it's going to still help you to book before coming. You understand? And if possible, they can still make it that you can book to and fro. I think the e-ticket is going to be a good one. Yeah.
For the train, it's okay. We enjoy it. But the first thing is the road from Rigasa to the town. It's very, very bad. What we want Aerofy to help us. Not that they should shift the station to inside town. We want it there, Rigasa. The only thing that we want is the road.
My experience on the train was one that left me with mixed feelings. On the one hand, I embraced the excitement of other passengers, and on the other hand, I was left with more questions than answers. If trains are this smooth and comfortable, why has Nigeria neglected the train over the years? What will happen to the economy if this kind of service is expanded to all states and cities? What will it take to maintain this kind of service? The Nigerian elite are known to be among the most traveled in the world. How come they have turned a blind eye to developing the train service? Are Nigerian businessmen blind to opportunities in the rail sector? At this point, fatigue had set in and nature was knocking. As I woke up, we were nearing Kubwa station, our final destination. Well, that is pretty much the experience of passengers from Kaduna to Abuja, which is in many ways similar to the ones from Abuja to Kaduna. Kingsley and Rhoda were also on this train, and I'll hand you over to them for continuation of Good Morning Nigeria.